certain point now, those wings flap way quicker and you do a lot of damage. And as Kyle say, that drow aura, no, I'm just kidding, there's no aura on.
A lot of problems.
Oh, we see the lane setups here for Liquid. They are going to run the aggressive. At the moment they have Slardar up top, which is in that matchup where the Slardar is going to be against the Slark and can really sort of punish the Slark early on. We'll see how much March can do to keep this area safe for Gabby, but as a whole, you definitely have a strength as the Slardar against this melee hero like a Slark on the early levels, because you're just going to punch him.
From level 2 you're much stronger, but they rotated Disruptor as well, and Boxy might be in problems.
They're trying to get aggressive onto March, and he'll be able to get the kill for it. He may lose his life though, as the Thunder Strike and the right clicks do mean the trade does occur. Gabby gets the permanent AGS and shift stack. So Liquid, they get first blood, but they also give a kill away to the Slark very early on.
Yeah, I think if you're Boxy, you're kind of alright with that. Giving that kill away to Gabby is definitely problematic, and now we will have a 3-on-2 action here, at least for the time being. I'm wondering if they will bring the 3-N towards the top lane as well. They kill off Doom.
Yeah, Tiger and Mickey, Tiger's able to lead him right into the tower. He gets low, does not fall. Some aggression whilst they realize that TNC's attention has been drawn towards the top lane and KP is alone.
It's all about the starting items. If you look at the Taiga, he has Fairy Fire and most importantly Orb of Venom, and because of that he can go on KP again.
We have the Nature's Grasp, so he's just blocking off any sort of escape for KP, and it's going to be a second kill just as quickly as KP comes back to the lane. Tiger will happily reset and get himself a free trip. He's going to push out. We'll see how far forward he steps.
If they only had the glimpse here, and now they do, level 2, maybe even kinetically. Okay,
now they can have a good shot at this. Mickey, he has got Tiger by his side, and that will be enough to push KP back, so the damage won't be there to bring Mickey down, and now Mickey can turn, gets the slow and the multi-shot onto KP. KP dies a third time on this bottom half of the map as Tiger and Mickey, they are working this bottom lane perfectly.
Yeah, KP is just all time so far on that bottom lane. Here on top, we have Insania. He's trying to... he actually snatches that creep away, but because of that he is bounced on.
I mean, Gabby's got to be a little careful because Boxy's going to start going for his support, pushing March away from him. Gabby does get the kill. See if Boxy can punish this. Mickey's coming with the TP to offer that extra bit of damage, but Gabby, he's just turning and he actually kills off Boxy as well. Gabby gets the double kill, and Mickey just does not have the damage at the moment to shoot down the 18 for 6. Quite very much struggling now. Armel, he's hit the 6, he's got that kill potential, and TNC, they're going to look to abuse it just as he hits that 6, perfectly timed. The glimpse back into the stun. There's the nuke from the Laguna Blade. TNC very hot with the moves. Wait.
Very interesting from KP. The skill build that he's going for. If you notice mind control and how he's playing, he goes for no devour.
They're getting in on top of Armel. The help of Insania. There's the backup. March comes in with the TP Frost Shield. Armel's gonna be. Is the poison enough? It is. The poison will kill him. Liquid fine hold and control to allow Quakefer to get on top of Armel. Bit of a courier snipe here, but overall, alone as Boxy is down here, continuing to farm. See if Boxy reads this.
So tanky though, 20 stick charges as well. They need to kill him off fast.
The 4 of them, they should have a pretty solid chance of doing it. The Sinister Gaze into the Light Strike Array. Living Armor will not protect Boxy as TNC gets
pipe for all the magic damage, obviously, from TNC. And with that hood, he will be able to do that.
See top arm out. He's going to look for the solo kill onto Tiger. Has he got the burst to do so? Tiger's going to use the overgrowth for the Laguna Blade. Still unavailable for 10 seconds. Armel did not have the ult ready to go, and now they're going to try and turn both the Gust and the Nature's Grasp off the path. Tims steps in, they tell him the money shot. Tims will be able to trap him in the static storm, but Tims loses his life for it, and Tiger's trying to press it onto Armel. Armel does now have Laguna Blade back and available. He's not even going to need it for Tiger as KP comes in with the Mud Golem Rocks, stuns up the tree, takes him out, and the rest of Liquid are forced back behind the tower.
They're still cleaning that up. There's Doom.
They're bringing TPs in. Quafer's going to come across to try and help out, but Insania goes down. Armel picks up the double, and they were ready to go even deeper.
At the same time, they literally brought everyone to that top lane. Meanwhile, Boxy is just chilling on the bottom lane farming. He might even go on this Disruptor. He might get him.
He just turns, man's up onto Tims. One more touch would do it, but he can't quite get in range. Maybe that. They kill him just in time. They're able to get the ult, catch these two out. KP and Armel, they're pushing on the 2 of them. TP's coming into the outpost there. It's going to be a full-on fight there. It's the overgrowth to starting the Dreams down, so there'll be no crush. But he can still look for the right clicks. Armel gets the light strike counter with the Yules. Tries to separate himself from Boxy. He's still on a retreat, but quite for him with a Viper Strike. Armel, he goes for the TP out. He's going to make it away. Armel escapes. And TNC will not lose anyone, neither will Liquid. Liquid, they're still hunting. They know there's more in the jungle. Gabby trying to get out. Shadow Dart's popped. Can he pounce away? He can. Static Storm and Tim's thrown down to contain Mickey. But Tim's, he's being slowed. He's being chased. Gabby gets the space to escape. But Mickey slides forward and will claim the kill. Tim's to fall. Action, everybody turning up to these engagements to do their best to ensure they come out on top. In the river, March goes for a bit of a de-warning mission. Boxy's going to be on top of him because of that, and with the damage coming out, the combination of the corrosive haze and the Physicace game continuing to blossom. He stays there at the top alongside Armel's farm.
Taiga bottom lane. They might go on him.
So if there's going to be any TP back over there, it looks like he'll be left alone. Nothing that Liquid can offer him up, but the being able to commit on these targets and not having to worry about them turning immediately. Obviously, they'll still have a fair bit of physical, but if he gets the chance to get the momentum in the fights as he starts to get those essence shifts, it's going to be hard for Liquid's cause to get themselves away from the slug.
You say that, but at the same time, if you click on the top, he has that blink, hood, bracer, he wants to pulse.
I see they get the jump on Armel. It's on the front lines, Boxy. He's in, the corrosive, the voltage to Armel. There's a standard chance as Liquid shoots no leaner. We'll see if TNC can contest this without Armel.
The shutter is coming in, but
it's going to be too late. They've already got it. Liquid take the roast. They take the Aegis. Boxy's looking for action. Jumps in. Tim's is gone. As Liquid starting to amp up the pace they're playing. Ready for this.
Hurricane Pike is usually the best item for draw early on, but in this game even more so. However,
he's going up to the high ground here, but TNC, they're prepared. They try and drop the Doom down. Insania uses the false promise to try and keep Mickey safe, but they're going to chase this one for sure. Insania will buy back. He knows that he has to help Mickey after this bit of a mess up. Boxy goes to the high ground, gets the crush on the corrosive race on the port, onto the port leader. Armel's dead. They'll lose March as well in the river. Gabby with the BKB trying to mount up against it, but he's already lost two of his heroes. He's got to get out. Pounces up to the high ground. KP as well trying to split the attention away. As Liquid, they'll chase. The route's there. I don't think there's any escape for KP as he's starting to get slowed down. Quite for TP's over. And Liquid take another. As TNC Boxy ready to hunt once more with this smoke. Going in very aggressive, looking for the wrap and see who they can find behind the towers. Tim's maybe the catch as they jump in, and he's gone before he...
It will be a high ground push. Can they get another catch?
Let's see how much they want to push it. Force forward. They've got the grab onto March. March is gone as well. Dead for 60. There's no buyback available for...
You have Draw Ranger with Aegis, and then you have Boxy, who's almost unkillable. All supported by this Oracle plus Treant, this duo in the background that just... this allows you to take down anyone.
And they've got that tower. TNC, can they do anything to punish this? Another glimpse of dead, but Boxy, he's just straight in on the high ground. Goes immediately onto Tim's. Tim's is dead. They do Mickey, but Mickey, he's going to be protected by Insania. Boxy does fall for this. Can TNC chase for more? They're brought back on Tim's. TNC, they've got to find something out of this. They'll get the second support. Tiger's gone. They're chasing onwards. Another glimpse. Can they kill Mickey twice? He's tracked back into the hands of Tim's and Mark. The Thunderstruck upon him. Gabby committing with a BKB. Gets himself out of the multi-shot. Still has the Shadow Darts. He's got to back off. The Static Storm stopping Liquid from being able to turn immediately. They'll get March. Can they get Tim's? Another stun from Armel. Slows Boxy's attempt to jump in. Tim's the range still catches him though. Mickey and Quackfoot rip him apart.
KP, he's trying to creep skip. I believe he might have done it. They do have a catapult mid lane, but they will instead go for the Doom. They won't catch him. Now this Carty, if it survives, you can see the pings are coming from the Doom. If this catapult survives, they can...
For the racks. In terms of the buybacks in that last fight, Tim's did use this, but the bigger one, of course, being that of Boxy's. Liquid will have to be just a little aware of Boxy. He's been playing very, very aggressive. If he does die again, there's going to be quite a big window for TNC to punch back at Liquid. But as it stands, Liquid, with the damage they have, they can move up, take these racks. And without the 5-man and the Shadow Darts available for Suck, TNC cannot fight this. They're going to have to let this go as Liquid start to open up the base of TNC.
They took Ferret. And Disruptor in that last fight really demonstrated why this hero is
Poor Tim's. Boxy, again, I mean, so many times that Boxy's just been finding the jump onto Tim. They're going to look to punish him. And I said, Boxy's got to be careful to aggression. He did use his buyback. He has indeed got back up. Insania and Quackfoot coming across. Boxy, does he want to look to jump again? He's got the blink. He's in. Onto March. Corrosive Haze. He continues to play aggressive. A force on March. Gets him back up to the high ground. March will live for now.
They're just trying to push the tempo before TNC gets a couple of extra items, before this Doom gets every defense around it, and just if anyone pokes his head out, Boxy is there to cut it off.
And they've prepared it for Armel. Armel's going to show himself, but indeed the move, Boxy reads it all. He's there, ready and waiting to punish Armel for trying to go for the split push. Armel, has he got any way of playing his way out of this? It doesn't look like it. Another crush comes into place, tries to slide away, but the two of them take down Lina.
As Alina, with Pike and Travels, you have to be trying to find some space for yourself to go on different sides of the map.
KP's walking in, but he's walking into 4 heroes. He's in a whole world of trouble. He pops the Ghost Scepter, will save him a little bit of time against the physical damage. They just turn over towards March. KP has managed to create the distance. He may live, as he looks like he will. The Ghost Scepter was enough to save him. To full power in terms of the pushing potential. Mickey's got the Eagle Song. He's on the way to having that butterfly at a very good speed. Gabby will be able to take away the stock of wards and
Insania off guard and bring him down super fast.
And TNC, they're definitely still pretty strong. They're only 6k down, and they know the best way for them to take a fight is outside of their base as they catch with the smoke. This poor outsider, the starting shot down. Do they have enough damage? It's going to take them a long time. They still trying, Gabby, to stay on top of Boxy, but they can't quite do it. Boxy can get himself away. KP utilized the Doom onto the Drow. Gabby's going to continue to fight on. Gets the pounce connection onto Insania. A kinetic field will trap him. Insania still with the rest of his team around, but they're going to let him go. He'll use the Force Promise on himself. Gabby is able to get a lot of damage done onto him. Tiger in with the newly found blink, sets up with the overgrowth and pounce away, keeps Gabby safe. They lose the support for support. Insania and March will fall. Liquid still continuing the chase. KP's out with the TP and so is Tim's. TNC, the rest of them will escape.
They might catch TNC here.
I'm going to look for Roche. See if this is scouted out. The car is there, so they know that this is up. They tried to go for the smoke into Roche, but TNC, they're going to start heading over. Can they get there in time? They cannot. Oh, they try and slide in, but already dire. They've got the Roche kill, and Mickey's grabbed the Aegis.
Now they're on the hunt.
And the strike on a Boxy to try and stop him from being able to blink him, but Tiger is able to get forward with the overgrowth, catch it out Tim's, turns towards KP. Mickey, he's falling pretty fast though in the standing storm. Mickey, is he dropping the false promise? Insania saves him just a they turn. Gabby just gets destroyed immediately. Gabby does not have buyback. He's 300 gold short. This may be it for Liquid here, as they've just turned up with that Aegis straight off the back of the Roche fight. They get the key kills. 4 dead on TNC. Only KP with buyback. Liquid, they should be able to take quite a bit from them with this time.
Them perfectly. This Boxy was their only form of initiation, but he was always handled. He was always dotted either by Disruptor or Lich. However, Taiga itemized
and
with that blink, and there you go. They call it.
Without the buybacks, they don't have a chance to hold, as Liquid will do it here in this game one, taking the victory.
34 minutes in, Liquid take it deep.
I wanted to see Liquid. What's wrong with them?
What happened?
Yeah, not a bad way to...
As good as he used to be, huh? Yeah, not as strong. We have seen some teams. We've seen one team at least in particular use that infest. I want
to farm, right? They're not going to be that ready to fight that early on.
They might. That can happen, definitely. It also depends on the lifestealer and the way he itemizes. We have seen a couple of straight Maelstroms, but he can also go phase boots Maelstrom. And with those two items, when you have support from Abaddon and all the Chen creeps, the Chen heal, you're already able to help out in the pushes. So I think they shouldn't be struggling way too hard when it comes to the power spikes and their timings.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see how quickly.
I think that might favor Liquid quite heavily.
Yeah, trading pretty evenly with Gabby in that 1v1. 7-4 on Gabby, 6-for-2. The regen does get sniped away. Tim's able to get in and stop that from getting out to Quaker in the middle lane. So we'll have to play very carefully. You can see Tim's as well. Yeah, they're playing aggressive now. They know that Quaker hasn't got regen available.
They're really focusing on Quaker a lot. And I like this. I like this from TNC. If they're to win this second game, they need to pressure Quaker quite a lot.
Boxy there nearly catching Gabby, but Gabby able to juke it out, heads out of the trees. Doesn't clip the mid lane. Armel diving in.
This is not the way.
Far too aggressively. I mean, I'm sure Quake for didn't have regen. Armel wanted to puck.
Liquid doesn't make some moves and change the state of the game.
And mid lane, Liquid, they're going to try and make a play again. They're going for the lead in. They can't quite get in under the tower. Tiger throws out the Fisher, but They can't get on top of Tim's. Tim's staying right by the tier 1. He'll head over, find out about, but now Armel, he's just going to turn onto Tiger. Tim's will have the damage and control as Tiger, he's going to fall. Armel able to get the last touch, so more goal equipped with the TP to help out the mid or the top lane, whoever gets gone upon. So all in all, hard for Liquid to really push TNC out of this comfort that they hold on to this lead with. And I'm going to try and mess around with Mickey a little bit as he goes for this outpost. A quick glimpse to cancel the channeling. KP starts to force him away.
They can get it now as well.
That's Liquid. They don't have any way to stop it. We do see the chain go down. TNC claim the bottom outpost, and now Mickey's trying to punish. He goes in onto Tim's. Tim's goes straight for the TP out. They do have the stun ready to cancel him. But quite for sweeping across. They'll pick up towards Tiger, pushing him away from this mid. We'll see where TNC want to shift their focus towards. They definitely can look to go for the mid or the top tier 1. They're very powerful at the moment with this push.
TNC's lineup is making more and more sense, specifically now with the itemization from the TA. There aren't many top lane.
They got him. The damage is there. He's unable to TP out and safely farm. It's a lot harder for the Morph to get out now.
I was surprised by the ease of execution of Liquid in that first game, and now TNC are doing very, very similarly.
And quite flat. It's going to be walked upon by the two, and then Gabby and Tim's are going to go on him. He's got the safety of Insane. A quick jump into the Disruptor. They're trying to back off a little bit, TNC. The rest of TNC will come across, but the angle's there for Boxy to get the Rolling Thunder across onto the three of them again on the Gabby. Gabby, he's out of mana and he's out of health. Gabby will fall. Tim's cannot escape either as they nuke him down in the pit. Liquid able to...
I really like the way Morphling is itemizing too. He went for that Ghost first, instantly into the E-Blade. I think that E-Blade versus TA and Nyx is obviously really good, not only as an offensive item, but as an item that can save one of your allies. Together with that Oracle, they should have enough defensive power to sustain themselves throughout.
Tiger, no messing around, jumps in, finds the Chen and his army. And March, he'll pop the mech. It's taking a little bit of time to take down, but they will get him. Jump in with the swashbuckle, but Boxy is trapped in the static storm and already Armel. He got his set on the back lines, and now they're going to go to work on the Boxy. Boxy being chased, another swashbuckle, gets him a little further away, but they'll chase this. The thunder strikes upon him. Boxy, can he run? He's going to have swashbuckle again in a second, but Armel gets him across the trees. A double kill for Armel as TNC turn up full force, and that power of this early blink Deso TA is certainly felt by Liquid, and back to mid. They may even get a further pass. Glimpse is still on cooldown for 5 seconds. It's a lot of damage from the Thunder Strike, but not enough. Quake for will live. Bottom lane.
Lash on the bottom lane, but top tier 3 is being attacked. Now, Armel will back out, and it looks like Outpost.
They're going to go for this Tiger. Jumps in. There's the combo. It's enough. They blow up Gabby.
That's really good.
No hesitation for Tiger to make the moves. Maybe even on the top lane, Liquid can find another. They'll throw KP up in the air for the duration of his borrowed time. The controls there from Insania. The Tonic Shield won't move it. He's backing away. March heals him up with the mech. KP will live. They don't have enough to kill off the Abaddon. And meanwhile, over in the jungle, Mickey is able to nuke down a second. Tim's is found.
I'm surprised by TNC. I'm surprised by Gabby and the fact that he...
DP sitting behind, or even March with the mech Hand of God, that bit of heal to offset the high amount of damage that comes out between the ES and the Morph. But now Mickey, he's going in aggressively, turns into Lifestealer, is able to use the rage, jump forward, they'll stun down Gabby, but Gabby gets the rage up in time, goes to Titan Armel with his BKP, he's hit it through them all, he's doing a hell of a lot of damage, they've got to get away from this TA, he'll try and trap down another Melodic, Quite does it drop it Insania, he's in with a save, the false polish keeps Quite for alive, Insania will lose his life for it though, and Liquid, they're still losing numbers, Armel stays on top of Insania, it's a triple kill for Armel, and TNC, they're not done yet, they'll look over towards Mickey, he hasn't got the waveform up for 5 seconds. The E-Blade buys him a bit of time. He turns with the Emperor's Runes, trying to slow down Gabby. He's shifting into strength. He goes for the TP, and he'll get away. They don't have the vision or the TP cancel. Mickey will live, but TNC still finding 3 kills. Maybe more as Boxy. He was playing around the mid. He's got another swashbuckle.
They don't have Glimpse. He's fine. He gets out. Boxy and Mickey survive, but that...
He's still going to try and chase this one on a little bit. He's got the traps, though. TPs are coming in from Liquid. They know they're going to be forced to fight. The vision's there to grab him in. Tiger's got the Ghost Scepter. He'll stay alive for a little bit. Static Storm's down. Mickey's got to get himself out of it. The BKB's popped by Armel as he'll look to commit onto Tiger. Tiger will fall. Can they go for more? Another trap slow onto Mickey. Boxy's going to look to revel the Rolling Thunder. They're looking for Armel. Armel blinks away. They'll try for the easier targets. March is in trouble. The shield is upon him. Can they keep the channel alive? They cannot. Liquid get the March kill. TNC, they still want to fight this though. Another glimpse. Dragging back buyback. Mickey, Armel's eyeing up the perfect chance to get in. He's got Gabby as well to back him up. They've got the numbers, TNC. They surround Mickey. He's been silenced by the passive of KP. Mickey's in trouble. False promise in play for Insania. It buys him time, but TNC, again, they're just going to chase through it. They stay forward onto Insania. Insania is dead. The rest of Liquid, can they escape? Another catch. Tim's with the glimpse back. Mickey's in trouble. He has waveform. TNC, they're going to dive Liquid right up towards the tier 3s. They want to go towards the base. Insania bites back. He's scared that his cores are in trouble, and that will stop TNC for now. For Mickey. So a hefty amount of damage output on this Morphle. Will it be enough? Mickey! He's been caught. They have to use the false promise immediately to buy him safety. Insania's in trouble. The burst for the offense kills him off. Insania's dead. And he's dead. 60 of the buyback on the last defense. He cannot get back into the action. Mickey will be able to get away. He's trying to turn towards KP. Another glimpse from Tim's. Continues to play around with the Morph. Liquid's got to be careful. Without Insania and without that false promise, Mickey cannot over...
Their base and these items that Liquid has just purchased, like a BKB on Koikwa, you want to be fighting with them. You want to be getting some pickoffs. But you can't.
Tim's being nuked down a little bit. Mickey's thinking about going in. He's going to turn into the Disrupt to use the Thunder Strike. Now turns towards Armel. The Fisher not there in time. Armel's able to blink away the stolen glimpse used by Mickey to trap Tim's in. He'll drop the status up himself, but already they've killed off the Disruptor. Boxy's going to run.
This is what he has to be doing, and he's doing it phenomenally well. You can see the TNC, they're not finding any ways of breaching or even reaching high ground. And that's because of the way Mickey and Koikwa are splitting up the map, constantly ratting, constantly making them move and try to get these pickoffs, which they're failing at.
He wants to try and punish Tim's. Tim's was trying to push out low, and a glimpse back will do it, but there we have again Mickey turns into the Disruptor, uses his own glimpse against him. KP isn't in time to help out. Quaifa still trying to commit for this. Does commit with the stun. They come in, they put zip forward with the swashbuckle. They'll cut down Tim's, the Disruptor. Gonkins, TNC unable to turn the fight despite bringing in the team here to look for an opportunity.
Can they
still try something. There's a jump forward. The Abyssal, they're in onto Insania. The focus priority is perfect. As the Oracle is taken away, there's no safety now for the rest of the team. Mickey, he's got to be very careful. He's trying to turn, go towards March, but March is pretty tanky. Too tanky for Mickey to kill immediately. Buyback, Tiger in with a two-man slam. I take on the follow-up. The Fisher is in and out. No Gabby and Armel are still alive. Armel's falling more. The Thunder's right, taking him down. He's stunned up again. The enchant turn of Tiger offering a lot of control, but Armel's backing away. Blink out. Armel is fine. Buyback down for Tim's. They're looking to commit everything into the fight. TNC, the surrounding Mickey, the static storm. Tim's with the buyback controls the Morphling. He's still alive though. Mickey, the safety play from Insania, giving him that magic resistance as the Morph. He's going for the TP out. He's going to make it away. Insania will fall, but that buyback from Insania.
Then you have the Disruptor buyback. You have Insania buyback. Both of them reach this fight. They use their ultis and have a lot of impact. I believe Insania saves Morphling. Disruptor as well separates this fight in two with his static storm. Just helpful.
Excellent plays here from both teams, committing everything in this attempt to keep each other safe. Back in though. Whoa!
Oh, there's a circuit. That's something. Right. Is it enough?
Taking so much damage though, TNC. They're fighting through it. There is a fortification. This is a pretty grim 50 seconds though that Liquid's going to try and hold on. The first X used. Boxy, he's trying to roll away. He's been silenced. Insania's there with the backup, keeping him safe, healing him back up. Swashbuckler will cross over the discard, but there is the Abyssal Blade. He's still fine.
He should have enough time to just jump in and catch them off guard, especially with that Blinks Plus.
Walking in aggressively. They do manage to separate them. The Fisher will block him off. Gabby's going to look to commit, jumps over the wall with the Abyssal Blade onto Quaifa. Insania, he's used a false promise to try and help his next strike out, but already Quaifa's taking a hell of a lot of damage. Have they got the heals to keep him safe? They should, though they haven't. It's not enough heals. Quaifa still falls. He's got a buyback. Let's see if he wants to use it. Boxy hitting them all with the Thunder, trying to slow them down. Another Fisher from Tiger. It makes it a little harder for TNC to reach the melee racks. They'll turn their attention towards Mickey, turning into the Lifestealer, utilizing the wounds and the rage to punch back, but they cannot force them back off. These racks will fall. TNC, they claim one full set. They're ready to move on to the other. Quaifa, he's going to have to buy back by the looks of it. He's now Boxy.
Tim's, he's limited.
He's looking for that jump. He's looking for that static zone. There it is. He's in. He catches the Morphling. Morphling being saved. They're Insania with the magic resistance helping him out. And sit back into the Hex. Can they save the Morphling? Cannot. Mickey will go down as well. Both dead. They've got buybacks available. Liquid. They're trying to rely. This is their last repair kit charge. There's the buyback from from Quite, but Boxy continues to try and play around with the whole lineup of TNCs, trying to protect Mickey's buyback, but the pushing power of TNC is too much. The tier 3's down. Hex onto Quite for, again, another save. Insania trying to get Tiger's in. The echo, but it's not enough because the rage was out in time for Gabby. Gabby's ready to turn. Batch out on the Quite needs help, and he needs it now. BKB and the Yorks up the armors on top of the Quite for fully the false promise again. Insania saves the left. They turn the buyback's out for Tiger. He's in for Mickey. He nukes down the Aegis. Armor's dead for once. Gabby back in with the Abyssal. He's on Insania. The Ghost Scepter. Insania's able to step away. Gabby's in on the front of it all. The rolling feather from Boxy is going to come round again. Will clip onto the KP about, and Gabby's out with that long duration of rage. As Boxy, he jumps in. Another disarm onto the Lifestealer. Tiger will fall. The slap. He's looking for KP, but inside the Lifestealer goes. Taking KP back to safety. A jump. Tiger, he's in with the chance out, but they turn onto Tiger. Boxy jump as well. Quait's trying to head in, but they've lost Tiger. He's dead without buyback. Quite no buyback. Well, dead for 2 minutes. They're down to the last 3. Liquid as Mickey. He's backing off. The Abyssal, the Static Stone tip again. And that is it for game 2. GG is called. And TNC will equalize the series 1-1 now.
What an insane performance and what an insane series this is turning out to be. That first game, Liquid, they just touched them with their own strategy, with their own style, and TNC just did exactly the same to Liquid in the second game.
Play Armel Doom once and still in the pool.
I don't think you can versus the Timber. Then you'd have Omni or Shaker, and it'd be rough. They do
Dagger, whatever he opts to go for first.
Now 2-minute rune goes the way of Mickey, but it's not going to be anything that changes the lane. No sort of DD or Arcane or Haste that could allow for plays. Just the Invis, which is always the bit of a disappointment to find as that mid laner. Top lane, an attempt onto Boxy.
He's already level 2 though. It's hard. He has the armor. Level 3 is obviously his biggest power spike, but already they can't take him down, even as these 3 heroes, Magnuses, but as you just said, one Shaker rotation with a good fissure and those razors will clean anyone up.
And again, a bit of a noise in the mid lane. Tim's, he's able to go around, take Mickey's courier away for a minute. Now, Armel knows, if he could get aggressive, hit a few more razors, keep this less low, it's going to be hard for them to make plays.
Tiger didn't get the kill.
Tiger, he was jungling around in the neighborhood, able to throw down a Midnight Pulse and make sure that Tim's is pushed away.
And look at that, instantly he has enough gold for Arcane Boots. This boost for an Enigma that's already jungling is amazing.
A few minutes, Liquid are getting away with the greed. Having that Enigma, as you say, they've got 4 heroes farming away very, very nicely.
You can see the Shaker right here. He's messing with the Lash. He's moving around him, forcing him to play with him. Oh, and they play with Slark as well.
They get there, able to just straight up nuke Gabby down. Gabby's sitting a little too low, and the combination.
Creep skipping. He's doing the best that he can on this bottom lane versus a Razor. He's found what, 15 CS so far, level 4 and 3/4. I think he's doing a really good job considering versus that Razor is almost impossible to farm on the lane.
Bit of a go on mid, looking for Armel. He has got a Fairy Fire, and the 1 charges isn't enough to keep him alive. The Malefist wears off. He turns with the Razors, trying to clean up the Eidolons, but it won't keep him alive. Mickey gets it. That slight gold advantage at the moment because of the fact they're getting away with this greed. KP, they're going to head over, try and deal with him. As you say, KP was doing the best thing he could, just cutting the creep wave, but Mickey and Tiger, they wrap around, looking to punish him, getting KP's courier as well. In the midst of it, KP will just try and survive for as long as he can, will still inevitably fall as Liquid and Tiger. The Mud Golems offered a bit of damage and lockdown, but not enough that Gabby wanted to commit, and he's fallen foul to the burst potential of Boxing Insania before. He's got to be careful it doesn't happen again. Another bit of an attempt. He's got a few essence shift stacks, stacking up, jumps in, Boxy puts the man. It's such a dangerous lane. Gabby's got to be more careful than that.
This maneuver.
They cannot afford to keep underestimating this lane, Gabby.
Specifically because they have this SF. But remember, a few weeks ago when SF was constantly picked, it's because of Drow Rangers, Vengeful Spirits, because of these heroes that would make this SF.
And look who's in position again, Tiger. He just happens to be in the neighborhood to find another.
Always in the neighborhood.
He's always there. This Enigma is having a Dreamstar. He's second highest on the net worth because of all these kills he's been getting involved in. Gabby up top. He's going to make another attempt onto the timber. They do have Armel setting up in position. lines up the raises. Boxy, Timber chains across. Have they got enough to kill him? Armel, another raise connects. Many moves as they would hope for TNC. They're down 6-1. Tiger's game continues to be free. The fact that they've had this jungle Enigma, it's not been punished at all so far. Mid lane, Tims catches Mickey with the setup. Another kill that Armel's able to get involved with.
These two heroes are really making doing a lot of work for the TNC side. It's the SF and the Earthshaker. They're doing really well. The rest of them, however,
fit for this item first up. He knows that they have this advantage at the moment, Liquid, and he can just get even more involved now. He has the black hole ready. He'll look to jump in and commit. I just have to be sort of sure that the Earthshaker's not around to have a confident time of going for it. Tims, I'm going to use the Fisher to hold back Quaifa. Quaifa's going to chase with the static link. Tims is dead. Quaifa making the move from the bottom towards mid. It's Boxy, cuts down, pull on March, and he's going to look over towards Gabby. Gabby's going to commit, take the outpost here, back in their favor, and we'll be able to secure one of them, get the XP burst for his team.
That's good, at least getting that experience. Also on the bottom lane, they will take the second outpost too, which means Liquid won't get that experience. But they're already healthy enough when it comes to experience.
A Tiger, he's going to go in, he's going to hold it, the black hole's there, locking him down. Have they got the follow burst? Yes, they are. Boxy cuts him across.
So much AoE.
It's definitely shifting onto Armel's shoulders for TNC, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Armel, he's carried the games before from his mid lane performance. Mid on the river, March is found. Liquid clean up another.
Insane.
If they head down south, Liquid, they could find the opportunity to take Armel down immediately. See what they can get a jump on. KP here with the focus. They'll go in. No need to commit the black hole for this one. KP pots the GA. He's CPing out. They've got the route to cancel it. That's one down.
Yep.
The rest of
aggressive. He realized one bracer is enough. They can't kill me. They can, but it's really difficult. And that is going to allow him to catch people.
Into the jungle they go, Liquid, TNC. And watching from the sidelines is Mickey. He's able to catch out the Shaker here. Tims is in trouble and March has to run. Quaifa's going to try and continue this chase. As March, he's dying here to the ultimate. The physical output from Quaifa takes down a second as Liquid. They're starting to roll him over. Bottom lane, the black hole. Tiger's got another catch, but Gabby will get the chance to get out of it. Tims drops the echo. Can they turn TNC? They can. The raises take down the two of them. TNC, they strike back. Collapsing on top though. Tims does have to be wary. Liquid got Insane with their eyes on him. March by his side. Liquid, they're thinking about maybe diving in onto this tier to at least spamming Tims down. TP's coming in. Gabby's ready to help the team out with the diffuser blade touch. Cancels the TP out from Insania and sets up a free kill for Gabby and Armel to get involved with.
Oh, smoke.
It's time to go. Tims, as I say, he has the blink.
BK's deep.
He's going to be the focus. There we have Gabby stunning the poke. Tims in with the echo. They want to blow him up. Will. And again, Tims, he's lining up these spells perfectly. The Fisher, it stopped Insania from being able to get.
They're the strongest right now. Later on, they're also decent, but not as SF, not as Slark.
All right, they're looking for the setup onto Armel. Again, the 4-staff, and Armel's going to run to the high ground. The static link will not remain as Armel's able to break the distance. They'll turn their attention towards an easier kill, and they'll get it. March will be blown up outside of the high ground.
What can Liquid do after that? They don't have any damage. They don't have any teamfight. They're forced to run back, and TNC instantly struck.
In lane, Insania tries to poke the wave. They'll lose him.
They need to play super fast on the side of TNC.
He's chasing him forward. Tiger, he's got the BKB TP out. Nothing to stop it. But again, another BK.
It looks like they're giving it away, and that might put them in a really, really bad situation, because then, even after you use these big spells, you won't be able to kill them twice.
They're heading in, TNC. They'll step out of the pit, but it may be just because TNC's ready to try and fight them. They'll look to jump in. Gabby's separated very far from the rest of the team. He's committing. He's got the shot at us. He's straight onto the Enigma. Tiger in trouble. He's bounced up. The burst in from the mech, and again, Insania with the saves. He'll separate Enigma from the rest of them as Tiger will live. Gabby pounces away. BKB popped by Armel. He's revving up the Requiem, looking to push them back. Gives space for March. March pops the stick, but March will fall. Gabby looks to Boxy for the halberd for the timber. Disarms him for now. The Heavenly Grace means it doesn't last for long. As Gabby, he's still good to fight. Tries to go in. McKay holds him back with the yours. Has the timing with the stun, but no, Gabby's out already with the pounce. Another pounce away as Gabby will back off.
This Agneson's checking it. They need to run to that pit straight away.
That's Roche going down. They'll slide it out. They're heading over. Liquid, can they make a jump in time? Quaifa,
they're here on time.
Starting the action off. Gabby looks to pounce off to the side. Boxy gets on top of him, but another pounce. He's up to the high ground. He's safe. Liquid will now walk into the pit themselves and looking to try and steal this Roche away. Gabby straight in, commit. Tiger, Black Hole. Can they kill Gabby in time? Roche is dead. Liquid get the Roche kill. They get the Aegis. And they get Gabby, they kill off the Slark, and Liquid's ready to move on for more. They surround KP. Gabby, he's buyback Tim's! And then the Echo, the Fisher onto 4. Tim's with the counter play. They're set up for killing off both Razor and Enigma. And TNC, they're not done yet. They see the opportunity to move in for more. Gabby bounces in onto the left. He's in trouble. The buyback coming out from Liquid. Quaifa returning to the fray, but he's in with the stats.
What can you do,
He's starting to
Quaifa?
steal the damage of Armo. The Requiem build up. Armo pushes them back. Can they continue to fight this Liquid? Mickey leads in, looks for the stun, won't find it. TNC up to the high ground. Gabby, you know that he wants to keep this fight going. He's already turning, looks for the opportunity to get in. He's buffed up by the Heavenly Grace. He's in onto Quaifa. They know if they can kill Quaifa, it's going to be a dieback. Another pouncer for Gabby. Tim's again. The Fisher locks down the two of them. Gabby's in onto Mickey. Mickey turns with the stun. The Bloodstone heal. Is it going to be enough? He yawns up, but he's surrounded. Taken out. Mickey will fall. And TNC foul to it. TNC themselves, they're smoked up. They're now on Liquid's high ground. TNC with a favorable position as they go for the long sweep around. Boxy's going to show himself. Now what's Boxy? He's going to be in trouble here. He needs help and he needs it now. Mickey comes across Tiger. The black hole again. It's only onto this poor Slark, but is it a poor Slark at all? I don't think it is. A second black hole. Is that enough?
This time.
They got him. They get Gabby. The refresher play for Tiger is enough. And now they can cut across and look to go for more without Gabby. TNC they lost their big old carry, and now they're outnumbered. March will fall as well. They're looking to take out Plasma Field clip the creeps as March passed by, so they know that Quaifa is around, but they're going to see him. They're bringing Gabby. Now they're ready to show. Quaifa plus the BKB. He's got to run, get back to the rest of his team. And he's backing off. Fisher. TNC blocked him off. He blocked him off. And Box is going to go like Tiger. It's the 3-man record. It's the 3-man record for Tiger. And it's enough to kill the jet. To kill the end of this day on Tiger. It's nice. Goddamn Enigma. It's perfect. He's leading the other team. Is it Echo? Is it enough though? Do they have to follow up? TNC, they do not. It's already too late with Armo dead. There's no physical follow-up. Tim's promise save, but there's no saving this Lestrak. As Mickey, he surely will pop. He tries to keep away. They've got something to cancel it. They do. Tim's is in. Another enchant totem slam down. Once more. Refresher and Black Hole ready to go. Tiger's got the combo.
Maybe they can find the SF instead of the Slark.
Let's see what they can get. Gabby will show. It's in the best interest of TNC to separate themselves. Make sure Tiger does not get an opportunity to catch multiple heroes. He knows that he cannot commit on Gabby with Gabby having that Aegis. They'll jump away. Quaifa trying to finish off the Chen alone. March, Lotus Orb helping him out. March will get away. They'll turn towards KP. They'll have the lockdown. Armel moves in. The BKB. The Requiem ripped up, pushing them back. Tiger, he gets the two of them. KP and Armel are caught in the black hole. But where's the fight? It's not quite there. Armel's still alive. KP will live. And now on the side, they're pushing away Insania. Gabby makes sure that Insania cannot get over to the rest of them. They do lose Armel though. They're finally able to get the big kill on the SF. Again, it's this team fight, this game-winning play with the black holes. They're into the jungle. Armel's going to be the one to be focused upon first. He gets the force off. He's separated away. Liquid looking to wrap around. They'll get the stat in going, but there's loads of silvers up, so no damage being stolen at all. Gabby trying to force Tiger to pop his spells, pop his BK. The black hole, it only catches Gabby. Gabby is so tanky, and with the GA Gabby, he's pretty much fine. Good to go. The Hex is out, but oh no, it's time to kill him. They've got Gabby. Can they get more? They'll turn towards KP. Gabby has a buyback. He's going to use it. He knows the one black hole's down. There is the chance for a second, but in fact, no, he's out of mana. Tiger, he's not got much else to offer. He has to TP out. They've got to escape. Now they'll look to chase as they could see if they could get the grab. Insania's the focus. They pounce in. Another disarm. Insania's retreating. Tiger, he's got that second black hole. If he can get Gabby and KP, this could be the game-winning play for Liquid. The pressure's on for Tiger. As they'll head in, Tiger blinks away, waiting for that angle. TNC's got to be careful. If it's a dieback from Gabby or KP, the game could very well be over. He's got one black hole to make the magic happen with Boxy focusing March in the river. Glimmer buys him some time, but they'll chase him out quite for being separated as they'll lose March. Liquid sweep back across towards the bottom. Another buyback. March knows that he has to be in the game. He's got to be prepared for the fight that Liquid is looking to bring.
He thought that saved him, and because of that, he didn't really bounce away. But that buyback, I think it hurt them quite a lot. Now the Rosh forced someone to defend it, and he can always bounce back and get to the Rosh pit.
And they don't want to let Liquid get a free Rosh. It's continuing to poke. They're playing with fire, TNC, but they know that it has to be done. Liquid's hero is very tanky right now. So no quick kills for TNC. Liquid into the pit. They're bringing it low.
They need to do something about this right now.
BKB. Requiem. Oh, he's He got the kill. He got the edge. His team's goes for Tiger. Goes to the first back on the second back on, but he doesn't catch anyone. This is not the black hole Tiger was looking for. And now Gabby can get away. Bounce away. Breaks the static link. Mickey's forced back. Tibbs, he's setting up the chance for TNC to get this fight going their way. Gabby gets Insania. They move over towards the pin. A buyback from Insania comes into play. Tiger, he's got nothing with the back on the Gabby. But Gabby is dead. The AoE damage from Mickey. Boxy kills off the slug. He's dead. Despite the fact that the black holes were already being used, he overcommitted. The damage being kicked out by Boxy and Mickey was now enough.
How do you stop this now? You have the talent on Lash, you have the new Aghanims on Koikva. These towers, these buildings are going to melt.
This is going to be a hard hold for TNC. That painful minute that the buybacks are not quite ready for. Armel, he's jumped on, he's Armel, he wants to beat everybody's dead. He has buyback himself, but Liquid with that kill, they'll take the top racks. They can't go for the megas though. Bottom there's a TNC. They're going to try and go for the game end. Can TNC with the 3 members push them off? They're certainly going to try their darndest.
They're not doing enough damage. They're not repelling them. Marsh is back up very soon, but there's still 49 seconds before Spark is back.
Can TNC by the time 1 tier 4's gone? They're on towards the second. Armel being buffed up by KP in this attempt to hold. March back in the game. And it looks like TNC may be buying enough time. 30 seconds. 30 seconds now.
Taiga, Black Hole back up in 3 seconds.
See if he can go for a big one. Armel! He's in trouble. Tiger is in! Bring every Black Hole. The hand of God here. Armel in trouble. Armel on pole.
Oh my goodness, no!
That's game! They've done it with teams. It's a 4-man echo, but it's an echo too late. GG is called. And Liquid, they will take the series. There's the man, Tiger.
Tiger, what's up, player?
It was all on him. It was not an easy game to play.